Hey there, Soulshine! It's Michelle here, and I am inviting you to wake up and live. And I am so excited. I went to an event today. And before I went to the event today, I set some intentions and I talked about what I wanted to receive at this event. And oh, wow, I love it when this happens. This event has been happening monthly. He's changing it to quarterly soon, probably. Um, so the thing about this event is he has these little short talks where people from the community in our it's a mentor association, so it's the people within the community present these little short bits that are like 10 minutes long, and then he has a full-on presentation teaching about something. So today he did it himself. This is Gerald Rogers. If you're local, you might actually know who he is. If you're more than local, maybe you still know who he is. I don't know. So today it was just incredible. It was incredible. So I'm going to talk to you about goals, but before I do that, I'm going to tell you the happen. So there's this guy named Carson. Is it Jorgensen? I think is his last name. He's like a big deal. He's got things that have gone pretty viral, and he talked about social media and stuff. And what he said something in there, and it wasn't anything it was the thoughts and things that triggered in me that caused me to realize what I have been lacking on my YouTube channel lately. So I got caught up in this idea that I had to have a plan and things to be a certain way and a theme for my channel, and it kind of got crazy. But what I miss is talking to you guys about what I'm learning, whatever it is I'm learning, and sharing you, just shouting out the people that I'm learning from, and all of that kind of thing. And so instead of focusing on specific themes, it's going to be about what I'm learning. And really, it's about sharing things that can help you to as I'm learning to put manifesting techniques into place, as I'm having results with those, I'm going to share them with you. As I'm learning things that I think can help you, I'm going to share those with you. As I'm learning things that help me wake up and live, I'm going to share those with you. So I'm going to continue to do that. And I miss the days when I just ask myself, what do I want to talk about today? Instead of like trying to come up with a plan. This whole trying to come up with a plan thing got a little frustrating for me, and I lost some of my passion for it. So that's what one of the things that I didn't even ask that question today. It just came. It was awesome to have that realization of what is I have felt was missing from the channel. I knew something wasn't quite right. Just don't know what it was. And so here I am. And I don't like doing Facebook or YouTube. I'm trying to do Facebook Lives, and so I keep saying the wrong words. When I'm on Facebook, I say YouTube. When I'm on YouTube, I say Facebook. Blah. But I don't like doing them when I'm in a car, because I'm like distracted by the people behind me. I'm distracted by the road, and I'm distracted by the lighting because I'm in a shade tree, or in front of a shade tree. So I'm super distracted right now. I apologize for that. Now, Gerald talked about events planning, and I am putting together another event, and I'm so excited about it because it was exactly what I needed to hear for that. But that's not what I want to talk about for today's thing. I want to talk about James. What's James' last name? Stevenson. James Stevenson. He wrote a book. He's having a free charity book lunch event. Lydia! And you got here just in time to hear what I'm actually coming to talk about, the goal stuff. So he wrote this book called Small Steps, Big Feet. And it's FEAT, like, you have this big feat that you achieve. So we talked about goal achievement. So if you are in the local area and available Friday, November 30th, the Courtyard by Marriott in Sandy. From 6:30 to 8 p.m. there is an introduction, a free introduction to the principles, and half of any of the proceeds that he receives from, I believe, his book will be going to a charity, but the event is free. So see, it's pretty cool. So if you are local to Utah and you are interested in going Friday, November 30th from 6:30 to 8, let me know, because I'll give you the information so you can go and hear what he has to say from him. Okay, so I'm done with the shout out. Now, goal achievement hacks. Okay, he talked about some 6 steps, and basically he was trying to condense all of his stuff he teaches into little nuggets of awesomeness. Here's a quote that I thought was really cool. A goal is a dream with a deadline. I think I've heard that before, but I just think it's really cool to realize that that's all it is putting some timing on your goals. So his steps are preparing, deciding what you really want. What do you really want your goals to be? And so I just sat down with some of the things that I want to do in my life, and I was like, do I really want to do this? Is this the goal I really want, the thing that I really want to make a priority in my life? So that's the first step. The second step is writing them down, because, if you write it down, you're more likely to achieve it. I think if you announce it publicly, you're also more likely to achieve it. And so I will publicly announce my goals in just a minute. And then he does prep. Then he does write them down. Then he does filter. He filters his goals. And this is where he talks about how many. If you have too many goals, too many priorities, you're not going to do anything. And this was the huge thing for me. I've been kind of overwhelmed because I was like, I need to do this and this and this and this and this and this and this. I was trying to create like 5 different events at once, plus run my YouTube channel, plus try to get more involved in Facebook, plus trying to take care of my home, plus trying to take care of my family and do homeschool. Like, I was just chalking up the list of things that were valuable. And so he told this story. I don't remember the details of the story, but it was some guy talking to his pilot, some famous guy. So you might have heard the story before. I don't know. So he's talking to the pilot, and he was talking about his goals, or the pilot was talking to him about, I don't remember which one it was, but it was like this big list, and they're like, you're never going to achieve those. And he's like, well, yeah, no, you're never going to achieve those, because when you have so many things going on, you end up spinning instead of focusing. So he said 5 goals. Jim today said 3. So basically 3 to 5 goals. You pick 3 to 5 goals to focus your priorities on. And if it's one of those little other goals that you have that are not your priority right now, if you work on that, it's going to kill your motivation for your goals. So you only work on your goals that are your 3 to 5 really important goals. And I know that when I started working on doing homeschool with my kids, that became my number 1 priority in my day, and everything else went away. And because I had way too many things going on. And so that was a really big, huge aha for me, is 3 main focuses, 5 tops. And I'm going to take this and apply it with my recordings that I do. And I'm going to make one for each of these 3 things, or 5 things. Actually, I have 5, because 2 are mini goals. Kind of like smaller dedication to them. And then 3 are like super priority. The next thing he talks about is planning it out, and that's the stage that I'm moving into. I've got to really look at, what does it look like to achieve my goal? And you've got to be flexible, because if you set up a plan and you come up against a wall, and you are so stuck on your plan, you may not achieve it, because you've got to be able to say, okay, I got to replan, change the plans a little bit so I can get around the wall or over the wall or whatever you need to do. So you create a plan and then be open to the plan needing to adjust and recreating a plan. But the plan helps you stay on track. Another thing is to track your goal. This is the fifth one, is to keep track of your goal. I know that some people will do, this is my goal that I want, and they put it over here, and then they work it back. They reverse engineer it back to what's the next step. And so that's some things. Keep track of it. What am I going to do today on my goal? And keep track of it. Then the other one is accountability. This is one I know because, see, my sweet, awesome friend Lydia tagged. And that was funny. Okay. Sorry. So Lydia, she's super awesome. And we were talking to each other, but we weren't using each other as accountability partners as well as we thought we would. You've got to find somebody that you both are going to say, okay, this is what I'm going to do. And then it matters that you come back and report that you did it. I felt like we kind of were doing, this is what I want to do and wish I would do, but we didn't have that level of accountability. So when we started up again, we're going to have more things. For me, as far as I've been cleaning my home, and I have found, because I have a Facebook group for using our homes to help transform our lives. And in that group, I have been going on and saying, okay, I'm going to come on and put this in a video, because if I put it in a video, then I'm going to do it. And I've said, this is what I'm doing today. And I have showed them my mess, which is embarrassing. And then I can go back the next day and say, look, it's all cleaned up. So in the past, we've done before and after videos, or pictures and things like that. So find that way that's going to help you have accountability, because sometimes having an accountability partner is really awesome. And sometimes it doesn't work the way that it's meant to. And so you can either adjust how you work with your accountability partner or find another way. And I have found that it really helps me to publicly say, this is what I'm going to do, because I'm going to follow through if I've announced it publicly. I know that for me. I feel like I've dropped something. Okay, so those are kind of the things. Prep, make preparation of what you want your goal to be, write them down, filter them, no more than 3 to 5 goals. Make a plan, track your plan, and have accountability. He also talked about SMART goals. Relevance was what he uses for R, which is a part of the preparation. Is this the relevant goal, a goal I really want to make in my life? Am I going to achieve it? Can I measure it? That kind of thing. And one of the things about having 3 to 5 is that when you have more than that, you get distracted. You have so much going on that you don't know where to put your focus. So you want to give yourself just a few things to focus on. I told you guys I was going to tell you what my goals are. Okay, so one of my priorities is homeschool. I have some things that I want to do with my children. And that is a huge priority for me. And I need to have that as one of my priorities when I talk about 3 to 5. Because if I don't, then I'm going to resent my time in homeschool, because I'm going to be thinking I can do it somewhere else. Like, I'm here doing homeschool. I want to be doing this. If it becomes one of my priorities and my goals, then I'm going to be more engaged and more productive in that time period. So that's one. Another one is I am creating this event. So that's where I'm going to be putting my focus. I've got to plan it out, look at what it is, create my vision of what this event really looks like. Who am I bringing in? How many presenters am I going to bring in? Am I going to charge my presenters money? Am I going to, I've got so many things to figure out. And that needs to be a priority for me. And because it's also something I'm very passionate about. And another goal for me is to create a team. I have been doing my business for 10 years. It's gone like this. It's taken many changes and directions. It's been pretty crazy. And one of the things I'm just very aware of right now is I've got to have a team. I've got to have people that have skills that I don't have, that are with me, so that I can focus on my passions. And there are so many people that their passion is being that support person, that contribution person. So that's one of my priorities, is creating my team. So another one is I'm writing a book. This particular book, I have kind of lost in the shuffles of too many things. Like, I know that I have a personal development book to write. I know that I want to write more children's book. I know that I want to write fantasy fiction. I know that I have this list, and I have a book that I wrote that I've had somebody look at, but I haven't gone and looked at their edits. And so I'm like, okay, I just need to pick one of my writing projects and work on. And when that project is done, then I will work on the next one. And so that's what I'm going to be doing. And right now I'm working on my project for, actually, I'm going to work on my project for my Christmas present, which will only take me a few days if I actually work on it. And then I will say that, then I will look at what feels best to pull up to work on next. So those are 4 of my tasks. So I have homeschool, an event, creating my team, and writing this book. So the last one is I try to figure it out, because I have YouTube that's important to me, Facebook that's important to me, writing my blogs, and I'm like, how do I pick one? And I realize what's that going to look like, and that is my goal. And so with that, I can look at how much of my goal is going to be geared towards Facebook, how much of it is going to be geared towards here on YouTube, and that kind of thing. So that's how I'm doing it. This is the social media goal, and that social media goal will get broken down into smaller segments. So that's kind of the awesomeness that I was learning about today. My huge aha was the reason why this was my request. When I went in this morning, I was like, okay, I need to find my motivation. I need to know why it is I'm not moving and doing anything, because that was my thing. I'm like, I am sick of not doing anything. I know who I am. I've got my clarity. Why am I not moving forward? And just today, that was my answer. You've got too many things you're focused on. Pick a few. Focus on those few. Achieve those goals, and then move on to the next one. And so that's my advice for you guys. If you feel like you're spinning and getting, that you have all these incredible things you want to do. When I was talking to an event planner about my event, she's like, I know you have all these things. From my experience, I would suggest you pick one event to work on and focus getting that one really well. And then when you have that one down so that it's running well, then you bring in another one. And I was like, okay, I can do that. So I am focusing event that I'm hoping to do in January. And then I will focus on my mother and daughter retreat that I'll do in the spring. And then I will work on creating another manifesting event. And then I'll work on my my 3rd annual women's retreat. And maybe by then I'll be ready to do my manifesting event more often, and it will be running more smoothly, and I can work on whatever is the next thing for me. Second time I've dropped it. It's like a mic drop, right? Which I don't get. I'm like, why do they drop the mic? I don't get it. Okay. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you had value in this. I am super, super, super excited for how life happens, how when you seek answers, you get them, and what that looks like, and to feel confident in what I'm doing here on YouTube again. So I know this kind of went long, and I hope you forget that. Have an amazing day. take for a while. Don't focus on them until you're achieved something, and then bring a new one in. 3 to 5 goals, and you can do it. I promise. I have other goal techniques. If you're interested, you can ask me some questions, and I'll give you some feedback, because I like that. Have a great day. Remember to let your soul shine big, bright, light, and beautiful. Be the incredible, awesome, and wonderful you that you're created to be, and I will see you next time.